We all love our beach. The salty sand is the ultimate playground to kick back and enjoy the atmosphere and soak up the sun. However, our oceans are in danger. There's a ridiculous amount of threats to our shores and seas. We may have the best intentions, but we all pose a risk to the environment. Whether you spend time at the beach or not, you live on the planet, and after all, the earth is the only thing we have in common. The issue is not everyone values the world. Subconsciously, we all know it's our responsibility, but it's easy to sit back and say, let someone else have a voice, let someone else voluntarily pick up the trash or recycle. There are tons of people that notice the issue, and a lot of them try to appeal to government authority to implement laws to help the planet and the ocean. However, our methods, our symbolic protests are tired. They don't fix the problem. I believe the more effective way to pursue the solution is to inform others about the importance of coastal management and the solutions to help the environment and the ocean. Data from professionals in the fields of physical oceanography, marine biology, fisher science, and other disciplines reveal that the ocean is changing in every parameter, in all dimensions, and in every way we can measure it. Human activity and dumpings of toxic waste can lead to irreversible effects on the ocean world. This may have a small effect on your current well-being, but will all affect future generations. The ocean covers more than 70% of the surface of our planet. It produces most of our oxygen and over 90% of our greenhouse emissions. Scientists are learning more and more the elements we humans are having on our life support system. According to the article, The Fate of the Ocean, tens of thousands of chemical compounds are being poisoned in the ocean every year. The ocean's chemistry is radically changing and affecting the ocean current and the weather. In 2005, researchers from the Scripps Institution of Oceanography and the Lawrence Livermore National Laboratory found clear evidence that the world ocean is growing warmer. A novel study discovered that natural weather affects and impacts the volcanic gases, that the top half of the ocean has dramatically gotten warmer over the past 40 years. This evidence tells these professionals that humans are inducing global warming by raising greenhouse gases. Who knew that humans were speeding up global warming and that dumping chemicals in the ocean would lead to current change and violent weather? Wait until I tell you about the other forms of pollution, such as trash and that are taking nature away from our oceans and beaches. Us humans, well, it's easy for us to be messy. Let's face it, we can't continuously, if we're not cleaning up after ourselves or others, we'd be surrounded by trash. For instance, preparing a meal or having one, it's hard to not have trash to throw away. Most of it's plastic, and it either sits there if you don't pick it up and it piles up. Nevertheless, waste is inevitable to avoid. Plastic is cheap and it's very convenient, and that's why people continue to buy it, and we buy a lot of it. A survey conducted in the US last year, published by John Conway, shows that over 52 weeks, the food in the trash bag sales totaled $4.53 billion. That is a ton of plastic spread amongst the US. We can only hope that that plastic makes it into the trash can, but unfortunately, most of it doesn't. An article, 23 littering statistics that will blow your mind, written by journalist Rebecca Lake, says the ocean is estimated of a holding place for roughly 300 billion pounds of plastic litter. Lake wrote that during a global cleanup in 2012, the majority of the beach trash consisted of cigarette butts, food wrappers, plastic bottles, and plastic bags. During the cleanup litter, also included 4,000 candles, 236 toothbrushes, and 117 mattresses. The global cleanup in 2012 collected more than 10 million pounds of trash from the beach and the waterway in over 97 countries. Now, that you're aware of these various reasons humans serve the most significant risks to the ocean and how plastic and litter is on the coast, you may be asking, what's that to do with me if I'm not the one littering? You might not be littering toothbrushes or mattresses, but you might not be aware of the other things that you could help prevent that could be adding to the pollution. So that's when I tell you the solution to help slow down and improve pollution from continuously spreading. And it doesn't consist of standing around holding a sign demanding other people solve the problem. There is plenty of things we can do to help protect our planet from pollution. Whether you live near the ocean or not, maybe a lake, city, or river, we are all part of the problem, but also the solution. Moving forward, I would like to suggest 2 easy ways to start cutting back on pollution. It's not rocket science. All I'm asking you to do is be conscious of your daily activities and habits that might be contributing to litter. It can be as simple as assuring that a plastic grocery bag isn't going to fly out the window as you're driving. See a need, meet a need. This means take the initiative and help Mother Nature out every chance you get. Don't walk past litter without picking it up. It may not be your trash, but it is your choice to keep walking or to throw it away. Your choice, and I encourage you to choose to pick up litter when you see it, because someone will see you and also be inspired to pick up litter. You never know how your choice can influence another's. You may be listening to me thinking that you already have and think of new ways and habits that will positively affect the environment. Or you may be thinking, yeah, I suppose it wouldn't hurt to pick up some trash instead of walk by it. Wherever you're at on that scale of continuing your positive habits or starting new habits, I encourage you to do so. My 2-step solution is straightforward for a reason. People who never educate on the topic or have ever heard of any of the things that I'm speaking of may not see a way to do anything about it. They might see the crisis being too big, so they don't do anything. My purpose is to get people to realize that their actions, whether positive or negative, influence the planet. The first step is to ask people to evaluate their harmful habits, and if they can be avoided, to form new habits that will have a healthier approach on nature. Once people are more consciously aware of how their routine and habits are contributing to pollution, they will see more clearly. My suggestion for this 2-step is for people who will open their eyes, because if they don't see new habits that are forming in their life, they might not care to notice all the trash on the side of the road. And if they don't take step 1 to notice and improve those things in their life, then they're probably not going to take step 3, 4, 5, etc. There's a lot of people that are very knowledgeable on what I'm speaking of, but yet they might not be found picking up trash. They could be found behind their computer screen or on the internet, posting, letting their mouth do the work. But that's not going to get the job done. Changing our habits and making a cleaner environment will. So while other people are protesting to our leaders to take the task, we can solve things directly without them. You may not be thinking that your effort for change is enough to make a difference, but lead the example and do it for the environment.